Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking news, a shooting in Durham killed a man. This is a live look at the scene that's not far from Cornwallis Road.
And new this morning, a dense fog advisory in effect for the entire area until 10 o'clock. I'll show you where we're seeing trouble spots this morning.
Also, those shipping deadlines, they are here when you need to get your packages in the mail this week for them to arrive on time for the holidays. You're right on time here on your Wednesday, 4:30. It is dark and early. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Renee Chu. Happy Wednesday, everybody. 1 week until Christmas, and also this year, 1 week until the start of Hanukkah. 4:30, everyone. Good to have you with us. Let's get to meteorologist Chris Michaels. Checking out once again, we have some potential fog issues today.
Exactly, yeah. And the most that I'm seeing right now are just south of the Triangle, areas like Southern Pines, Goldsboro, Fayetteville, and Clinton. In fact, we're going to take you into downtown Clinton once again with a live look, and you see just how thick that fog is. Everybody's under a dense fog advisory until 10 o'clock this morning. Maybe budget just a couple extra minutes into the commute. A school bus planner, yeah, you should see some numbers there. Temperatures are in the 50s, very limited rain chances as we go throughout the morning. Meanwhile, as we head into the afternoon, once we get rid of the fog, it's going to feel very similar to yesterday. High temperatures ranging between 66 in Roxborough to about 72 in Fayetteville. And then we start to see rain chances rising a little bit, especially as we head into the evening. I'll have a fresh look at Futurecast coming up in just a bit.
Sounds good, Chris. Thank you. The fog is causing some issues already. Within the last 15 minutes, we've learned that Northampton County schools are on a 1-hour delay today.
And breaking news this morning, a man is dead after a shooting at a Durham apartment building. It happened just after 11 o'clock last night, and it was right on South Roxborough Street. Nick Perlin is there. He joins us from that scene in the WRAL breaking news tracker. And Nick, police focusing their investigation on that parking lot right there.
And Jeff, all night and into the early morning, I saw Durham police officers shining flashlights in this parking lot area behind me. And as I step out of the way, you're going to see a large area of it taped off and some police officers way far in the back there shining some flashlights. Forensics team is here trying to figure out what exactly led to the shooting. But what we do know is that around 11, police officers arrived here at the 2500 block of South Roxborough Street in Durham, and they found a man who was shot. Sadly, that man did die. We're still trying to figure out with the Durham Police Department if they have any leads on who fired those gunshots late last night. As more information becomes available, we'll continue to update you all throughout the morning. Live in Durham, Nick Perlin, WRAL News.
This morning, your commute to downtown Raleigh from the Beltline just got easier. For the first time in a few years, the downtown Wade Avenue ramp from I-440 West is open. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey joins us live in Raleigh. Kelsey, good morning. The ramp opened around midnight. How's it going?
Hey, Renee, good morning. So starting this morning, drivers will be able to take this exit here. Crews wrapped up the work around midnight, but we'll give you a look now at the map so you can see exactly where this new ramp is located. So drivers headed from Midtown will now be able to take this Wade Avenue East exit for the first time in years. This is, of course, a part of the ongoing 440 widening project. The project will add lanes to improve traffic flow from south of Walnut Street and Cary to north of Wade and Raleigh. And when complete, there will be 3 lanes in each direction, east and west, and 3 new bridges. And at last check, this entire 440 widening project won't be complete until next fall. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
People in Madison, Wisconsin are coming together to honor a teacher and a student who were killed in Monday's school shooting. Hundreds gathered at the Wisconsin Capitol building to pray for the victims and to comfort one another. We are learning more about 15-year-old Natalie Rupp now, who police say committed that shooting. Police say they think bullying may have been a factor in this case. They're also looking into her online activity. Authorities confirm they're aware of a document circulating online that some are calling a shooter's manifesto. They say they could not yet verify that document. Police don't believe the shooter targeted any specific people. 2 students who were hurt remain in critical condition.
A Wade County woman is recovering after being stabbed at a Holly Springs hotel. This is Traviana Dixon. She was stabbed last week while working at the Holiday Inn Express on Collins Crossing Road. Dixon's close friend, Brittany Forellis, talks about what happened. She says Dixon works part-time at the hotel. She had just arrived for her shift when a man stepped off the elevator and then stabbed her in the back.
Your heart breaks for somebody to go through that, and it was very serious. She was on life support for a day, so it was not just like a minor cut. It was pretty serious.
Michael Deloach was arrested and charged with assault with a deadly weapon. Forellis says Dixon has a long road ahead of her with many doctors and therapy appointments. Friends have started a GoFundMe to help with medical expenses. You can find a link at WRAL.com.
Today, the Federal Reserve will meet for the last time this year. If the Fed decides to cut interest rates again, we'll find out this afternoon around 2:30. This would be the third interest rate cut of 2024. In recent months, the average price gains have stayed elevated. And according to the Labor Department, consumer prices jumped nearly 3% for the 12 months ending in November. We'll be keeping an eye on that Fed meeting today, and you can tune in for our newscasts 4 to 7:30 this evening for updates about a possible interest rate cut.
If you have procrastinated in mailing your holiday cards or gifts, this week is your last chance to make sure they arrive by Christmas. Here's a look at the deadlines for the U.S. Postal Service. The very last day you can ship is tomorrow, December 19th. Next up, UPS. Tomorrow is the last day for UPS 3-day select service. December 23rd is the last day for next day air service. And finally, FedEx. The last day for FedEx Express 3-day service is tomorrow. And December 23rd is the last day for overnight services.
Holiday travel is expected to ramp up beginning tomorrow. The Transportation Safety Administration expects to screen 40 million people between tomorrow and January 2nd. A 6.2% increase compared to last year when 37 million people were screened. TSA says it's prepared to handle the busy volumes. The busiest travel days are expected to be Friday, next Friday, and then Monday, December 30th. The administration predicts 2.8 million people will go through airport security checkpoints nationwide on each of those days.
Testing for the truth. The plan for the woman accusing Jay-Z of rape to take a polygraph today.
Plus, a courageous performance from a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
Since me stepping out on that field with no wig on, the reaction has been immensely positive.
We'll tell you the story of one woman's brave and freeing performance that was years in the making.
And here's a live look at Fayetteville. Look at this fog. A dense fog advisory has been issued for some areas of North Carolina. Meteorologist Chris Michaels will tell us how long that fog will stick around.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
441 new this morning. Dense fog advisory in effect for the entire area. We're giving you a live look at Southern Pines, and yeah, pretty thick out there, especially south and east of the Triangle. You want to make sure that you're aware of that for the morning commute. Now, we're mainly rain free, and you won't need the heat on in the car. Temperatures starting out in the 50s, but because of that dense fog advisory until 10 o'clock, pardon me, it's going to take some time for temperatures to rise. Once we get into the afternoon, however, we see a high temperature near 70 degrees. Enjoy that. We're making our way into the 20s by Sunday morning. I'm tracking 2 cold fronts between now and the weekend. We'll plan those out for you and also look ahead to Christmas Day coming up in your complete forecast.
Chris, thank you. The woman who accused Jay-Z of raping her when she was 13 years old is expected to undergo a voluntary polygraph test today. That's according to her lawyers. This comes after NBC found inconsistencies in her account after an exclusive interview. The now 38-year-old mother from Alabama is standing by her claims. However, Jay-Z says her inconsistencies prove that her attorney filed a complaint, quote, in the pursuit of money and fame.
2 people are dead after a small plane hit a building in Hawaii. The building was vacant at the time. State officials say that plane was on a training flight. Both people on board died.
President Joe Biden says his administration is looking closely into the drone sightings across the Northeast, but he assures that there is nothing to indicate they are dangerous. FBI and Department of Homeland Security officials say some of the reported sightings have actually been airplanes, not drones. They say the drones that remain unexplained do not pose a security threat and are not from foreign adversaries.
Is real, and so I am terribly concerned. We are pressing, and I'm looking for much better answers from the federal government than what I've been getting.
Some lawmakers are requesting a security briefing from Homeland Security about the thousands of reported sightings.
A new lawsuit has been filed in the Hedingham mass shooting. Now, this security company hired to patrol the Hedingham neighborhood is now countersuing the Homeowners Association. Court documents show Capitol Special Police claim that it was the HOA's responsibility to keep people there safe. Capitol Special Police had one officer on patrol on October 13th, 2022, the day the shooting took place. Victims' families and survivors are already suing the HOA and the Capitol Special Police. The accused shooter is set to appear in court next year.
Police in Chapel Hill are investigating a crash involving a transit bus. The bus crashed on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard near Umstead Drive yesterday afternoon. Investigators say the driver got off the bus and the bus rolled toward Umstead. The driver is on leave. Only one person was hurt. It's not clear why the bus driver exited the bus.
A van crashed through the door and windows at an outpatient center of First Health Moore Regional. The driver of the van was immediately taken to the emergency room before rescue crews could get to that scene. No one inside the hospital building was hurt.
Officers are investigating a chase that started on I-40 and ended in a crash. Deputies tried to stop a motorcycle for speeding on I-40 near US 1 around 3 yesterday afternoon. When the driver didn't stop, deputies chased the motorcycle over to Briar Creek Parkway and Arnold Palmer Drive. That's when the motorcycle crashed. The driver was taken into custody. Charges are pending.
Eyes will be on the stock market this morning after Nissan shares surged yesterday following a report that the automaker is looking to merge with Honda. Nissan shares were last trading up nearly 24%, while Honda shares slipped 3%. The Japanese automaker said in a joint statement they have been in discussions. No specific details were offered or time frame for when a deal, if any, may be reached. Earlier this year, the automakers partnered on shared automotive components and software.
It's been more than a year since wildfires devastated Lahaina in Hawaii. Now there's a push for the National Park Service to designate it as a National Heritage Area. The bill, introduced by two of Hawaii's lawmakers, has passed both the U.S. House and Senate. It now heads to President Biden's desk. Senator Mazie Hirono says after the fire, there was renewed focus on how special Lahaina is to the Maui community, to Hawaii, and to the country. This could be the first National Heritage Area for Hawaii.
A Dallas Cowboys cheerleader is being praised for her vulnerability during the team's last home game. During the game, Armani Latimer publicly embraced her journey with alopecia, an autoimmune disease causing hair loss. South Carolina native was diagnosed at age 12. She says she credits her faith, family, and team for helping her embrace her natural self, opting to go without a wig during last Monday's home game for the first time this season. She did that. Latimer says she hopes others with alopecia see this as a sign to be brave and be you.
Know that you can make a difference. You can stand out on whatever platform you have the conversation. Be the first, be the second, be the third. Let's just keep the ball rolling.
Armani says she wants to ensure last Monday's game remains unique, so she will continue to wear a wig for the remainder of the season.
Beautiful. The Holly Springs Town Council has voted to approve a new school. It's the Pine Springs Holly Springs Business Park Unit Development Project. Pine Springs will be a K-8 prep academy charter school.
And let's get over to Chris Michaels right now. We've been talking all morning, in the last 10 minutes since we came on the air, right? About this fog out there, and it's not likely to lift in quite a while.
Yeah, it's going to take quite some time, right? Because the later sunrise and it's already very thick in parts of the area, specifically as you go south and east of the Triangle. There are some patches in parts of Durham and Wake County that are getting pretty thick, but it's a little more widespread in areas like this. Check out Pinehurst. Yeah, that live look is very foggy out there so far this morning. That's what that unseasonably warm air mass will do for you. Visibility is just fine at RDU for now. Currently, we're in the low to mid 50s. Notice up until 10 a.m. that it's going to take time for the fog to kind of loosen its grip. It's also going to take time for temperatures to rise, but eventually we get there. Look at this. Roxborough 66, Fayetteville 72, Southern Pines and Durham, your high temperature is 69 today, so we're again feeling like spring. Maybe a stray shower, a few breaks in the overcast here and there, but after 7 p.m. or so, we'll see some scattered showers, rumbles of thunder forming along this front. Even after midnight, south of the Triangle, we'll still hold on to the chance for some heavy rain. Now, by the peak hours of the commute tomorrow, we look to be in pretty good shape. So that's one front that's passing through. A second front is going to bring in some much more Arctic air, especially by Sunday and Monday. That's when we see high temperatures ranging between the 30s and 40s, but we're staying mainly dry, so there's hardly any chance of any kind of snow. Now, in terms of Christmas Day, hard to believe that's a week away. The Arctic air is going to retreat. We'll still be kind of cool, weak system to our west, but in terms of a white Christmas, it's just not happening. When you look at a group of forecast data, the odds, the goose egg, 0%. So it'll be in our dreams though, right? Temperatures today, 70 degrees. Just got to get through that fog that lasts up until about 10 o'clock this morning. Temperatures tomorrow hold steady in the 50s. Then we'll see some mornings in the 30s until Saturday. 40s for highs Saturday. And then look at Sunday and Monday. We have a hard time getting out of the 30s. Tuesday, already Christmas Eve, and it looks like Santa's going to have some smooth sailing. Temperatures in the 40s during the afternoon.
If Santa doesn't get stuck in the chimney with the legs going like that. Be careful, Santa. NASCAR is going electric. We'll tell you about the new prototype electric race car that will take a tour around North Carolina today.
Also, opening night at the DPAC, how you can get your discounted tickets.
It is 4:52 on your Wednesday morning as we take a live look at downtown Cary Park. We are not seeing any fog there, but we are seeing the beautiful holiday lights displays all throughout the park and that Christmas tree, the centerpiece. We're starting off in the 50s this morning. Finding the perfect gift for the tech lover on your list can feel overwhelming with all the great options out there. So if you haven't finished your shopping yet, you're in luck. Keely Arthur shares Consumer Reports' favorite tech picks.
Whether you're shopping for a diehard techie or someone aspiring to be one, there's a tech gift out there for them. No matter what you choose, CR's experts say it's important to know your audience.
Just make sure it's within their comfort level, that it's going to be easy enough for them to figure out how to use it.
Another tip is to try to match the lifestyle of the person that you're shopping for.
You also want to make sure if you're gifting someone a piece of tech that it pairs with whatever tech they already have.
If someone on your list loves watching movies and shows, CR's head of TV testing, Matt Ferretti, says the Roku Ultra is at the top of the streaming media device ratings.
For around $100, you get a lot of the high-end features on the streaming player that we typically only see on more expensive streaming media devices. I also really like that it has an easy-to-use interface, especially if I'm getting it as a gift for someone else, because I wind up being tech support for everyone I buy a gift for.
For those working from home, try this Steelcase Series 1 office chair. Its breathable fabric and wheels stay put on hard floors.
My favorite feature is that I can lean pretty far back in the chair while also flailing my arms out.
For the light sleepers in your life, CR tech editor Courtney Linwall loves her Soundcore Sleep A20 earbuds, which play noise-masking sounds throughout the night.
They're really kind of bendable, soft, and they tuck nicely in your ear, and they are comfortable for the whole night.
And one last tip before giving a tech gift this year.
Unbox the product and set it up in advance to save you a headache later on.
Because one less holiday headache is a gift everyone wants. Keely Arthur, 5 on your side.
And remember, it doesn't hurt to check your retailer's return policy just in case. I'm sure they'll love the gift.
NASCAR's first electric race car will make a few stops in our area today and tomorrow. It's a prototype. It's been in partnership between NASCAR and electrification and automation company ABB. The company posted this video to YouTube showing off the car. NASCAR driver David Reagan will drive the car to the ABB headquarters in Cary today and then to one of the company's plants in Mebane. Reagan will visit another plant in Pine Tops tomorrow.
Captain Kirk, Cheech and Chong, and Axel Foley are heading to Washington, and they're bringing Leatherface with them. The Library of Congress announced the 25 films it has selected for preservation this year. They include Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, Beverly Hills Cop, Up in Smoke, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Spy Kids and No Country for Old Men are also on the list. The Library of Congress preserves films for their culture, historic, or aesthetic importance. As of now, there are 900 films in the library's National Film Registry.
Town of Hillsborough Fire and Police Departments are hosting a winter wonderland this week. Check it out. It'll be held tomorrow at the Dorothy Johnson Community Center, 6 to 8 p.m. It's a drive-through event. There'll be a light display. Santa will be there. He'll wave at children as they drive through that event.
If you and your family are interested in seeing A Christmas Carol at the DPAC, a digital lottery is now open for the show. It's Ira David Wood III's musical comedy adaptation of the holiday classic with some changes this year. It takes the stage for the first time tonight this season, runs through Sunday. The lottery is open from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. the day before each performance. Find more information on DPAC's website. Heads up before you head out to work. Parts of our area are under a dense fog advisory right now. Look at Clinton, case in point. Meteorologist Chris Michaels will tell us how long the fog will be a problem.
And we give you this live look at the U.S. Capitol, where lawmakers are working to avoid a government shutdown. What a proposed spending bill includes for disaster relief after catastrophes like Hurricane Helene.
Bluey is bound for the big screen when the movie version of the popular TV show will hit theaters.